Fred, one of the most amazing sights of this cricket season, surely, has been to see helmeted batsmen coming to the wicket looking like American footballers, and I wonder what they look like to you.
Well, to me, I look at it as just one big comedy that these people come in with helmets on. The only thing I can think of nowadays is that these batsmen are not getting into the right position to play the delivery. I was always taught, or I watched the great players. You take Dennis Compton, Garfield Sobers, never even wore a thigh pad. In fact, you know, I was talking to Farouk Engineer only a couple of days ago, and he said to me that he never wore a thigh pad.
What would you as a bowler feel like if you were coming in to bowl and there was a batsman at the other end with a helmet on?
I'd have probably run up and bowled an underarm in protest. I would have laughed.
But is the risk any greater? Is a higher proportion of bouncers being bowled now that might justify taking extra protection?
Well, no, I don't think so, because now there's a limitation on how many bouncers can be bowled in the over at the discretion of the umpire. Where in my time, there was no limitation on how many bouncers you could bowl per over. You could bowl 6 if you wanted to. I did.
And what did the bouncer mean to you? What were you trying to do when you bowled the bouncer? Were you trying to hit him?
No, the bouncer was a thing that was bowled as a shock delivery. You know, you got people on the front foot, making them play off the front foot, and then suddenly you would fire the bouncer in, once again, wrong-footing them. Cricket is the greatest game in the world, because it is the greatest leveller in the world. One day you've got 6 for 10 against a good side. You come up next day against a poor side and you think, I'm going to get some wickets here because they're not a very good side. And you've got 1 for 90 or none for 100. And as a batsman, you've got 120, 130 against a good side, and you think, this is a piece of cake. And you get against a weak bowling side, and you think, oh, I must get 100 here if I use my loaf and play correctly. And suddenly, 3rd or 4th ball, you're back in the pavilion, your stumps is flat for naught, and your feet are firmly back on the ground. This game never allows you to get too big. It always levels you. It always puts your feet back on the ground. And that is the great thing about the game. It's the greatest leveller in the world.
What is that, in fact?
This is a lacrosse head guard. It's got the visor at the front. The one I shall probably wear won't have the visor.
Can we just see how that looks? It's quite a fearsome contraption. Now that would seem to give you quite healthy protection close to the wicket.
Oh yeah, it'd do the job, but it looks so silly, really.
What would be the position, so far as the laws of the game are concerned, if, for instance, a batsman ricocheted a shot off that and was caught? Would that be allowed?
Yeah, I should think that's right. Yeah, I don't think there'd be any problems.
Well, now, what you say you don't like that? Why don't you like that particular headgear?
Well, it got bad publicity this morning. It does look silly. It does the job, you know. I'm quite happy with it. But I don't think it's the right thing, really.
What kind of thing, then, do you have in mind, if you want to take that off now?
No, take it off. Well, I'm thinking more of a boxer's head guard that gives you protection everywhere except for the face.
The idea of fielding very, very close to the bat was to intimidate the batsman. Now, by wearing protective headgear, aren't you admitting defeat and giving the batsman the upper hand?
No, I wouldn't think so. I mean, if I've got this on, I'm going to go a couple of yards closer, and he's going to be more wary of me being there.
You still think you can force an error from the batsman and intimidate him still?
Yeah. Batsmen know that I'm there, and their first object is to get rid of me there.
Would it be right to say that players this season are far more conscious of the dangers since that incident involving Roger Davis at Glamorgan?
Yeah, I would think so. Personally, I am. I've gone back a yard or 2.
Have you?
Yeah, oh yeah. Roger's a good friend of mine, you know. If it's a friend, I think it goes home a little bit.
How long have you been fielding at short square leg?
3 seasons. This is my 3rd season.
Have you been injured at all, hit?
Yeah, I've been hit round the face, round the head. Body, I don't mind the body, but it hurts a little bit when it hits in the face.
Well, now, you're quite happy that the laws of the game will allow these protective headgear?
Yeah, I'm quite sure. There's been 1 or 2 worn throughout this summer. Tony Cordell wore one immediately after Roger Davis got hit. I'm sure Roger wouldn't have minded if he'd have had one of these.